I'm Glenn, a member of the technical team here at Quelfire, and in this video we're going to talk about some of the new details that we have for fire stopping to the underside of profile deck floors. So profile deck floors, otherwise known as trapezoidal decks, composite deck, metal deck floors, essentially concrete on top of a steel profile deck. An example of which you can see here. So previously we have had an infill detail for fire stopping within profile deck floors where the head of a wall meets the underside of the profile deck. We've now done more recent testing to update and develop these details based on feedback from the industry. So a common theme or a common scenario that we found was that when walls such as a flexible wall like this example here meet the underside of a steel profile deck, typically they have a glass rock board applied to the steel profile deck before the wall is then constructed to the underside of that. So just here at the head of the wall where the steel profile deck is, a glass rock board would be fitted. Obviously our detail, as you can see here, didn't take that into consideration. So we've tested that. So a glass rock board applied, the wall then installed up to the underside of that glass rock board with the fire bat infilled above the glass rock board in the profile trough. So that's the solution for fire stopping those profile troughs, infilling those with fire bat on top of that glass rock board. We've also tested essentially the same detail, so with the fire bat in the profile trough with cables installed through the bat. So you can have cables either tied to the underside of the metal deck or any configuration that you want within that bat infill. Another element to these details that we tested is three-sided openings or builder's work head of wall applications to the underside of a steel profile deck. So for a while we have had a number of three-sided opening details like the example there. So essentially this is demonstrating a solid concrete slab with patchless bat seal, essentially fire stopping a three-sided opening to the underside of a standard concrete slab. We haven't had similar details for profile decks. However, that has changed with this testing. So we now have details for three-sided builder's work openings to the underside of the steel profile deck. It does again still require that glass rock board to the underside of the steel profile deck. So essentially what you would have is your glass rock board, your three-sided opening beneath it with your various services going through, and then the fire bat profile infill above the glass rock board. That is all tested as one solution that can be used and combined to fire stop those head of wall applications where you have steel profile deck floors. If you'd like any more information about these details, please do get in touch. They are available to download from our website, but any questions, let us know. And of course, make sure you're following us on social media, subscribe to our YouTube channel to get notified of more updates and more information as and when we bring it out. So thank you for watching and have a good one.